The Experience Editor ribbon provides you with all the available functionality needed to view and manage your website pages. The ribbon tabs, there are a total of 5, and each with different functions. Currently only 4 display: Home, Experience, Versions, and View. To be able to view all of them, you want to switch over from preview mode and select the Edit button. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to select Edit. Your page will refresh, and you will notice that you have all 5 functions now available to you: Home, Presentation, Experience, Versions, and View. Let's talk about each of these now. I'm going to go select the Home tab first, and you'll notice that there's plenty of actions that are available to me, however, several that are grayed out. Because I am a content author, I do not have the ability to edit the home page, which is what this is, and why there's a yellow message bar that appears that says you cannot edit this item because you do not have right access to it. There are certain things that I can do, but once I get into folders that I have permissions to modify, then I'll be able to have certain functions available to me. On every single tab, you will notice that there's always the Edit and Preview button. From here, any tab, you can be able to switch over from edit mode into preview mode. Preview mode allows you to be able to just view all your pages in kind of prior to before they are published. So that way you can see all the links and everything working and test them all out before submitting it for approval. Edit mode, which is what we are in now, allows you to be able to actually create a page, make any changes to an existing page. On the Home tab, we have those functions available to us. Plus we also have an insert page, which allows us to be able to insert a page, create a new page within inside of our website under a folder that we have permissions for. There's also the delete page and the move page. Both of these functions are not available to content authors, but only to system administrators. So if you create a page and you need to have it deleted or moved to some other location, just contact your system administrator for help on that. After that is a rename and a display name. The rename button allows you to be able to rename the page that you just created into something else. Note that this name that you just created is part of the URL, so there are certain stipulations that apply. The display name allows you to be able to change the name of the actual page, but not the URL that is attached to it. Next to that is the lock button. The lock feature allows you to be able to lock the page so you can have edit access to it, the only person that can be doing it at that time. Once that page is done, you will select the unlock edit or unlock link, which would appear right here after you select block, and you would check that page in by selecting the unlock link. After that is the My Items link, which allows you to be able to see a list of all the pages you have checked out. In this case, I have 6 pages that I've been using underneath this account that I've been messing with, and they are all checked out. If I wanted to check them all in, I would just go to the check-in option. Underneath there is the workbox. The workbox allows me to see all the pages that I currently have that I've been working on and view them in its entirety, and I can or select few or all of them at once. As soon as it loads. As you can see here, I can see all the pages that are underneath the deep main workflow to have that are all in draft mode. When I create a page, as a content author, it goes into draft mode. So as content authors, you will see all the pages that you have displayed, that you have have access to, displayed here. From here, you can preview the option, or you can open it up and view, make any changes to it, or you can submit the page for approval. After that is the publish content. This function is available only to very select few content authors, and they will be able to publish the page directly from the Home tab. However, if you were to select this button, it will just give you an error message because in your case, you'll probably be editing or you're submitting a page for approval. After that is the settings button. The settings button does not allow the page to be published if a future date has been entered. So if you were to select a date inside the settings button, publishable from, publishable to, then it would tell the system that this page does not get published. So in case the website ever got published, it would not get published until that date was reached. Once that date was reached, then you would request it to be published. After that is the markup, which checks the HTML markup is valid by sending all HTML fields to the W3C validator. The validation allows you to be able to view those validation results. The close button closes out the Experience Editor ribbon. I don't suggest that you select it. Otherwise, you have to log back into the system to be able to see your functions available to you. The Presentation tab, located as the second one, has the same functions of the edit and preview and the modes. It also has an aliases function that's not available for content authors. It allows you to be able to create an alias, a friendly URL, marketing URL of the page you've edited, and have a different short URL for it. System administrators can do this for you. You just have to need to reach out to them to be able to set that up. Next is the associated content. This allows you to be able to see things that are on the page that you don't know where they go to, where they are within inside of the Sitecore system. You would just select this icon, and the page you are viewing comes up with a list of the things that are on the page and where they can be found. The next tab is the Experience tab. This tab is not very helpful for content authors or system administrators because this viewing is for a preview of your website. So when your website is published or when your page is published, it automatically gets published to the internet. It is not published to a preview section, which is what this date displays. So it would not return any accurate results. If you do want to display previous versions of your pages, then you would select the Versions tab. The Versions tab lets you see the most recent version, which would be displayed right here. And you can be able to remove earlier versions or add new versions if you'd like to. You also have the ability to have the language changed. Right now it's only English, but that's where it would be if you needed to. On the View tab, there's a function. Once this function is done, it is selecting the navigation bar. You will never really need to come back and select this again unless you want to turn off the navigation bar. We will do that in the next exercise.